Hello and welcome back to another flow. So today's flow in this series is going to be a more chilled out, slower, stretchier style, vinyasa style still, yoga flow with a big focus on pigeon pose and all fun different variations of it throughout the practice. So let's go ahead and get started. Roll out your mat if you haven't already, and let's get ready to move some energy through the body and open up the hip space, get lengthened out through the entire body, and get super grounded in this practice. So let's dive in. So meeting me as you're ready for it, taking as much time if you need to pause the video to ground down and take some breath work. And when you're ready, come meet me all the way lying on the back body. So we're gonna drop all the way down, feet to the outer edges of the mat, pulling the knees together and just going ahead and closing off the eyes. Arms can kind of just cascade by the sides, palms facing up. And just coming into some breath. Sending some nice deep inhales through the nose and exhaling out the mouth, letting each and every breath really just let you arrive within the four corners of your mat and arrive in your body. Arriving in your mind space. Arriving in your heart space and really letting just all layers of you arrive in practice and arrive in the presence of your body. And I like to think of presence as really just kind of tapping into all the colors when we are so focused on the future or the past or stuck in a thought loop or just mental chatter and buzz. We're really kind of just living life with a wash of gray over us. We're living life in the gray. And when we can actively come back to practices of presence, whether that be breath work, meditation, our yoga practice, which kind of links all of those elements together, and we really just get to live a fuller, more expansive, colorful experience in our lives and really just relish in all aspects of this human experience. So coming back to presence, connecting to that color of our lives and really letting that feel so good. Letting that feel so good. So a few more breaths here to ground, feeling all parts of the body connected to the mat, really grounding in. Really deepening out our next few inhales and exhales. Prepping the body for some movement. Slowly starting to flutter the eyes open. And we're just gonna start to window wipe the knees side to side, lengthening out through the lower back space, through all the muscles connected to the external rotation of our hip space, our glutes, our hamstrings. Coming back through center, feet flat, planted about hip distance apart. And we're just gonna bring the palms facing down, arms by the sides, driving through the heels as we pull those hips up towards the ceiling, coming into a glute bridge where we are going to hang out for 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Keep pulling those hips high, driving through those heels, toes pointed straight ahead. Last breath here, inhale. And as we exhale, we're gonna drop those hips back down to the floor. We're gonna extend that right leg up towards the ceiling, pull those right toes towards us, flex the foot, and grabbing either underneath the quad, behind the calf, or around the ankle here for a hamstring stretch, keeping that left foot grounded. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here, inhale. And as we exhale, right ankle drops to the left knee, and we're just gonna open up those arms out into a T, and we're actually gonna take a window wipe side to side, which feels a little funky at first, but bear with me. So it's like a pigeon kind of window wipe here we're working through. Keep actively pressing out through the right knee, so we're creating space for the pelvic bone, for the hips. And then we're gonna arrive back through center, grounding through that left foot. Right ankle is still to that left knee. And then we're gonna let ourselves drop over to the left side, planting that right foot down on the mat over on that left side, shifting the gaze over that right shoulder, still actively pressing out through the right knee. So we're landing in a bit of a pigeon-esque spinal twist. Inhale here. And exhale. One more breath, inhaling. And as we exhale, we are arriving back through center. Drop the arms by the sides, palms facing down, driving through the left heel. We're gonna pull those hips up towards the ceiling, single leg pigeon, glute bridge. And we're gonna take 2 more cycles of breath here. Inhale. And exhale, hold it out. Inhaling. And exhale, we drop those hips down and we swap it out for the opposite side. Before we do so, we are just gonna take a window wipe side to side once again. Window wiping those knees right and over to the left. Coming back through center, grounding down through a right foot. We're gonna extend the left leg, pulling those toes back towards you, taking as much of a bend in the knee here as you'd like, as what feels good for you. And we're gonna grab either underneath the quad, the calf, or around the ankle here, really whatever feels best for you, for your flexibility. And as always, this is your practice. These are just fun variations to dive into, but your body, your practice, listen to what you need. And the biggest win of all is that you showed up to move your body today. And that alone is a gift, whatever that looks like for you. Let's drop the left ankle to right knee. We're gonna drop those arms out into a T, and we're just gonna take this window wipe side to side. The foot can come all the way to the mat on the right side, and the left knee can come all the way to the mat on the left side, but it doesn't have to. It can be right here, or it can be that full expansion. So finding whatever kind of layer in this pose feels available, not only available, but feels good for you, because just because something is available doesn't necessarily mean we need or even should take it. Coming back through center, grounding through that right foot. Ooh, I have a hair on me. We're not cutting this out, we're keeping that. Feet flat, knees bent before we dive into this, and we're just gonna window wipe those knees side to side before we dive in to that single leg glute bridge on our left side. Coming back through center, grounding down through the right foot, left ankle, right knee, pressing out through the left knee, creating space for the hips. Arms by the sides, grounding down through the palms. As we drive through the right heel, we pull those hips up towards the ceiling, and we take an extra 2 cycles of breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Last breath here, inhale, pull those hips maybe even higher. And on your exhale, we drop those hips back down, and we're just gonna hug those knees in wide about hip distance apart, keeping head and shoulders grounded. And we're just gonna take a little rock side to side, massaging out through the spine, maybe even a bit more. And then coming back through center, we're just gonna take some hip circles, moving through center, massaging out through the hip joint, and then moving back towards the outer edges of your mat. Coming back through center, forehead to knee, chin to chest. Grabbing underneath the knees here as we start to take some spinal rolls up and down the spine. Eventually building up enough momentum to meet all the way in, heels in, toes out, to your Malasana Yogi squat towards the top of your mat. Feel free to take some movement here side to side, a little shift of the hips. Maybe that feels good, maybe stillness feels better. Find what you need, leave what you don't. And we're gonna take an extra cycle of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, dropping down to the palms. We're gonna step it back to your high plank. And then we're gonna drop it down to all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tucking those toes, tabletop position. Starting to make some movement through our spine as we inhale here, chest lifts, arch the spine. And exhale, press out of the shoulders, tuck the tailbone, tuck chin into chest. Few cycles of cat-cow. Inhale here, chest lifts, we arch the spine. And exhale, press out of the shoulders, we round it out. Inhale, chest lifts, we arch. And exhale, press out through the shoulders, round out through the spine. Coming back flat, neutral spine. We're staying tucked under through the left toe. We're gonna extend through the left arm, palm facing in, kicking out the right leg. So nice line of energy from the left fingertips to the right heel. Inhale here, exhale, knee to elbow, crunch it in. Inhale, extend, and exhale, we crunch in. Last time here, inhale, extend. Exhale, we crunch in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, we drop the left palm down. We drop it down to the right toes. And we just take some movement here on the ball of the foot, lengthening out through the calf, the Achilles here on this right side. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back through center, still grounded through the palms and left toe. We kick that right leg back, so we're lifted up the floor, pointing the toe. Still keeping that square of the hips down to the mat, taking a little bit of a chin-chest flow. So as we inhale, we're gonna pull that right heel even higher, get a little bit of an arch through the spine, dropping chin and their chest down to your mat. As we press high, coming back through center, belly button pulls into the spine. Now, nice flat back, neutral spine as you arrive back to the top of the movement. Two more just like so. Inhale, we lower chin, chest, heel pulls high. And exhale, we come back through center. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, coming back through center. Taking an extra cycle of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, we're gonna round through the spine, pull the right knee into nose, stepping that right foot all the way through. We reach upper body high, still staying tucked under through the left toe, sinking the weight up and through that front hip. Inhale here. As we exhale, coming back through center, frame the foot, we're gonna lift up and straight out through the left leg, step it back, high plank, press it back, downward facing dog, where we arrive in our first down dog of practice. Take some pedals here, pedaling all the way out. Maybe taking a shake or a nod of the head, yes, no, finding movement that feels good, nourishing, expansive through the body and where you're at today. Inhale here. Exhale, settle into some stillness. As we inhale, we're gonna snake that spine over to your high plank. And exhale, thread it back, downward facing dog. Just rolling out our down dog for a moment. Inhale, snake that spine over, high plank. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Last time here, inhale, snake the spine over to your high plank. And as we exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the belly, untuck the toes. We're gonna tent out the fingertips here. And as we take an inhale, we're gonna lift chest, engage the glutes. Inhaling here, high cobra. Exhale, we cascade chest, forehead can melt down. As we bend the elbows, 2 more little high cobra flows just like so. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cascade forward. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, we cascade down. Those palms come underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, grounding down through knees. We press through our tabletop, and then we sink the hips back down towards the heels, the toes still tucked for this narrowed out tuck toe child. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, we're gonna round out the spine to our tabletop variation. Exhale, arch the spine, sink the hips back down towards the heels. 2 more just like so. Inhale, we round out. Exhale, we arch back. Inhale, we round out. And exhale, we arch back. Next inhale, we're gonna shoot straight back through our tabletop, restacking the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips if we are a little more lengthened from our last pose. We're gonna do that same thing on the opposite side. As we take an inhale, we're gonna kick the left leg back, extend that right arm out long, palm facing in. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow, we crunch in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, we crunch in. Last time, extend, inhale. Exhale, we crunch in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, drop the right palm down. Keep flexing through the left foot as we drop the left toes down, and just take some rocks back and forth on the ball of the foot. Finding some length through the calf, the Achilles on that left side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. As we find our next inhale, we're gonna lift those left toes high once again, hip, knee, ankle in line, our chin, chest flow. As we kick that left heel high, chin, chest drops, we inhale. Exhale, pull through that neutral spine. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we press high. Last time here, chin, chest lowers, heel pulls high. Exhale, coming back to that neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale, we round through the spine, knee to nose, we crunch in, stepping that left foot all the way through, sinking the weight up and through that front hip, upper body reaches high, sinking the weight into that front hip, those right toes stay tucked. Inhaling and exhale, finding your balance. Last breath. As we exhale, we're gonna come on down, frame the front foot, step it back to your high plank, and thread it back, downward facing dog. We take a nice breath here in. Exhale, let it go. Linking our sun cells to our main sequence of practice as we start to come in to the fullness of our practice. Let's dive in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweeping the right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open up to the hip. Taking a few hip circles here, moving one way and moving back the other way. As we re-extend the right leg, square the hips to the mat. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back, we extend. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Kick it back one last time. We drop the right toes down, swapping sides. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, not quite yet, getting ahead of myself. We bend the knee, we open up through the hip. Taking a few hip circles here, moving one way and back the other way. Take your time with these. Re-extend, square the hips. Drop the left toes down. Oh my goodness, no, we're not doing that. We're sweeping the left leg high still. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale, we kick back. Exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, we kick it back. Last time here, exhale, knee to nose, we crunch in. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, we drop the left toes down. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we shift the gaze towards the front of the mat. Bending through the knees, step, jump, or hop up to those fingertips at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toeing those feet together. And as we take our next inhale, bend the knees, hinge back in the hips, arms sweep back, airplane. Exhale, arms sweep forward, palms facing each other, biceps by the ears. Into our chair. Inhale here. Exhale, hands through heart center, grounding down through that right foot, all four corners of that right foot. We peel the left toes from the mat, peeling the left heel up towards that left glute, point the toe, single leg chair. Inhale. As we exhale, left elbow hooks to the outer edge of that right knee. We take that step back on the ball of the left foot. A little bit of an easy twist. Inhale. Exhale, we drop the left palm down, reaching those right fingertips high. Full easy twist. Inhale, just going to adjust on my mat a little bit here. Perfect. As we exhale, grounding down through the left palm, we shift to the outer edge of the left foot, dropping the right foot on top of the left. Side plank, inhale. Exhale, we reach to wild thing, dropping to the ball of the right foot. Pull those hips even higher. Reach the right fingertips towards the front of your mat. Right shoulder stacks on top of left. We expand through the chest. As we take our next inhale, dropping the right foot back to the left. Step the right foot forward. We drop the hips all the way down to the mat. Reaching the right fingertips behind us. Horizon lunge variation where we are grounded through the right foot is totally flat. We're on the outer edge of the left and we let our hips drop all the way down to the mat. So we're getting this nice expansion down the left side body and the left outer hip space and glute. Inhale. As we exhale, we come back around through center, right toes reaching towards the front of the mat. Replant the left palm on the inner edge of the right foot, back to that easy twist. Right fingertips sweep high. We're gonna come out the same way we came in by bringing the palms, using the strength of your core to get here, bringing the palms back together to meet. Left elbow hooks to the outer edge of that right knee. Shift the gaze either up towards the ceiling, or if that presents a little bit of a balance challenge for you, as it does for me today, we're gonna drop the gaze down towards the right foot. Inhale here, grounding down through the right foot, powering up to the ball of that left. We're gonna glue that left knee to the right as we bring those hands through center and shift back to bring the chest down straight to face the mat. Single leg chair, we're back. Inhale here. As we exhale, fingertips reach high. We pull that knee into chest. Inhale. Exhale, hands back through heart center. Left ankle drops to the right knee. We hinge down in the hips, bending through that right knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Last breath here, we breathe in. We breathe out. We're slowly gonna unravel here, kicking the left leg back, arriving in air. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, we drop to the ball of the left foot, reaching the fingertips high, high crescent lunge. And as we exhale, keeping upper body as is, we just drop that right knee all the way down, untuck the left toe, and we sink the weight all the way through that front hip, framing the front. So we're in a runner's lunge now. The chest is parallel to the front thigh. It may even drop to the front thigh. Beautiful job, guys. Inhaling and exhaling. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale. And as we exhale, we frame the right foot, retuck under the left toe, straighten out the left leg. We pull that right knee into nose, crunch it in. We drop that right knee to the right wrist. First, we're staying lifted through the left leg here. So we're in an active pigeon variation, but the chest is still parallel to the mat here. So runner's lunge, fusion with an active pigeon. Inhale here. As we exhale, we're gonna drop down to the left knee, untuck the left toe, and arrive in the fullness that is this pigeon pose. So staying up in the palms, dropping it down to forearms, or you can drop all the way down to forehead. You can always bring a block underneath the right glute here. As so, my blocks are not in frame, so we're gonna save that for another video, but I'll do the side that's facing the camera. You can pop it right under here to get a little bit more of a lift here as you're looking for it. But let's just start to take some nice deep breath here. A little pause before we do that same main sequence linked with our sun cell B on that left side. Think about really inhaling as we create space for the body. And then as we exhale, we get to move into that space we just created, allowing that body to relax just a little bit more. Last breath in. As we exhale, we start to bring those palms, grounding down through the palms, bring them back towards us. Tuck under the left toe, pull the right knee into nose, kick the right leg back, 3-leg down dog, and we drop the right toes down. Downward facing dog. We are here. We have arrived. Next side, same thing. Nice big breath here to prep. Inhale. As we exhale, shift the gaze towards the front of the mat, bending through the knee, step, jump, or hop up to those fingertips. As we inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Heel toe the feet together if they aren't already. Inhale, we're bending through the knees, hinging back in the hips. Arms sweep back, airplane arms, and arms sweep forward. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Hands come through heart center, grounding down through all 4 corners of the left foot. We peel the right toes from the mat. Point the right toes, right heel pulling in towards right glute. Keep a strong bend through the left knee. I'm just gonna scooch up on my mat. Inhale here. As we exhale, we hook the right elbow to the outer edge of the left knee. We step it back on the ball of the right foot. Easy, revolved, twist. Variation. Inhale. Exhale, we drop the right palm down, reach the left fingertips high, easy twist. Inhale. Exhale, ground down through the right palm. We swivel onto the outer edge of the right foot, stepping the left foot on top of the right. Side plank, super strong. Find that balance. Inhale. Exhale, we step to the ball of the left foot behind us, reaching the left fingertips towards the front of the mat. Wild thing. Open up through the chest, the heart. Pull those hips high, inhale. Exhale, back through center, side plank. Inhale, we step that left foot through, so left foot is totally flat, toes reaching towards the left side of the mat. We drop the hips all the way down, extending the left fingertips towards the back of the mat, palm facing up like we're holding a can of soup. Nice big stretch for the right side body all the way through the right glute and hip space. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, we swivel around through center, placing the left palm down for a moment, stepping that left foot towards the front of the mat again, coming back in. The same way we came in is the same way we're going out. So placing the right palm down, reaching the left fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, using the strength of your core, hands come together. Right elbow hooks to outer edge of left knee. Either shifting the gaze towards the ceiling or keep it shifted down at the left foot, depending on where your balance is today. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes my balance is there, it's here, and then some days, I don't know where it went. It's gone.
So every day we're a little bit different. Inhale. As we exhale, right knee comes to glute to meet the left, hands through center, single leg chair, we meet again. Inhale, whoo. Exhale, we reach those fingertips, not just right, both fingertips high. Right knee pulls into chest. Exhale, hands come back through heart center. Right elbow meets the left knee. We bend and hinge back in the hips. Left knee takes even more of a bend. Nice big length being created through the right side. Outer glutes and hip space. Inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna kick that right leg back. Warrior three, Virabhadrasana three. Awesome, awesome. Keeping that little micro bend through left knee to protect out through that joint space. Hips square to the floor. Strong through the chest and upper body and core. Inhale. As we exhale, we step back on the ball of the right foot, reaching those fingertips high. Exhale, we drop to the left knee, cascading to frame out through the left foot, sinking the weight up and through that front hip. Inhale, so we're in this runner's-esque kind of lunge. Chest is parallel to the front thigh. It may meet, it may not. As we come on down, we're going to frame out the left foot, step it back. We're gonna kick back the right leg to extend. Right knee comes off of the mat. Left knee into nose, crunch it in. Stepping that left knee to the right, or left knee to the left wrist. There we go. And then we're just going to hang out in this active pigeon variation. Chest is still reaching down, so we're parallel in the chest towards the mat. And we're up off the right knee. Grounded through the palms. Next, exhale, we drop to the right knee. Untuck the right toe. And we arrive in our left side pigeon, staying up on the palms. Dropping down to forearms. Or all the way to the forehead. Taking a few cycles of breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Finding your breath. Finding that connection. Finding that presence once again with your body after all of that fun, flowy, funky movement. Turn to press up to the palms, come back to meet you. Tucking under to the right toe. Left knee pulls into nose, crunch it in. And then we kick that left leg all the way back, 3-leg down dog. As we drop the left toes down, we meet in our downward facing dog. And we're gonna start to wind things down pretty quickly. Shifting the gaze towards the front of the mat, bending through the knee, step, jump, or hop all the way through to a seated position here. Feet flat, knees bent. We're gonna take a slow lower all the way down to the back body. A 10-second lower, so we're not going down right away. A little extra fire up through the core for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. You should be about halfway there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We meet the floor. We are window wiping. Window wiping side to side. Letting this feel good. And since we had all of those variations of pigeon we landed in today, we are going to invite length through our adductor space, the inner hip space, because we got all of that moving and grooving through our outer hip space, our glutes, all of our muscles connected to the external rotation of the hip. So with that being said, our last and final pose is none other than our happy baby. So let's pull those knees into chest, forehead to knee, chin to chest. And then we grab the outer edges of the feet, kick it open, happy baby, maybe finding a sway side to side. Massaging out through the spine. If you want to straighten out through the legs and invite a little extra hamstring length, feel free. Closing off the eyes, coming back into you. Maybe tapping back into what brought you to this practice today. What feeling were you looking to connect with, to experience?
to energize. Maybe that's ease. Maybe that's joy. Maybe that's just higher energy. Maybe that's groundedness. Pulling those knees into chest, forehead to knee into chest. And we open up to our Supta Baddha Konasana variation of our Shavasana. Soles the feet together, knees wide. Drop the eyes to a close if you haven't already. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. This is the last shape we are going to meet together in. And I invite you, if you have the urge, to shut the video off, to move away from your practice at this point. I invite you, I encourage you to find a few deep breaths with me. Everything you are jumping off your mat for will be there in another minute or two. But you can be an entirely different person. With a little bit more time for you, presence and stillness. So you can enter your life once again, not in the gray, but in all colors. All colors of you, that fullest expression of you in your life. The most authentic expression of you. Knowing wherever you are, making the transition back slow, making it gentle, making it sweet. And this is where I am going to leave you today as I bring my hand to my heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for flowing with me. It is such a joy to step on my mat and move with you. And I will see you again so soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening. Namaste.